Hi, how are you? I cannot hear you. Are you on mute?
That was exactly the problem.
Okay, now I can hear you.
All righty. Thank you. My
Yeah.
colleague Lisa, there she
Yes,
is.
Lisa. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm
I,
Andrea.
hi, Andrea. I don't, my light is weird, right?
Yeah, it's like you've got a spotlight at your forehead, like you're
Yeah,
about
real
to be
bright.
beamed some sort of thoughts.
Hold on. Let me wipe
Lisa,
things
does
down.
my lipstick look okay?
No, I just put on darker lipstick. You need very dark lip,
I
lipstick for
usually
this.
use the Zoom lipstick.
Oh shit, I forgot. We could look pretty with the Zoom stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, let me do that.
Okay.
Let me
it
look
is.
gorgeous over
I
here. Oh, I
always,
already did.
yeah, and
This
and
is
I
as
have
good as I
lipstick
get.
on. And I have the Zoom lipstick on. So
Is my brightness right now, or do I need to do something?
it still you look
All right,
better,
let me
but
just.
you've got a shadow at your mouth,
Yeah, it
which
looks better.
is
All
a little weird.
Um,
I don't
which
think
right.
you're growing a beard or putting on a mask, but
No, I just got rid of the beard.
is
I'm not
just one of
funny.
you sharing a slide deck
Just
for this?
Patty.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
just me.
Um, do you want to practice sharing your screen or have
Yeah,
just go
yeah.
through the slides
Let's
and make
do
No,
all the
sure?
no,
practice.
definitely. Let's
Okay,
do the whole shebang.
perfect. Let's do it.
Share screen, share screen. Now you're going to see all of you. And now I'm gonna go go away, go here, go here. Now the problem is if I do the start share, okay, wait a second. Lisa, you're gonna have to be my eyes. I gotta move your head. Move. If I go into slideshow, there we go.
And Patty,
Any
when you're
minute.
like into, oh well, actually, I'm sorry. Can you remind me of your name? Tech and
Andrea.
Learning Support, Andrea. Okay,
Yes.
your
Andrea.
name is in track three. Got it.
Yes. My name's it's in track three.
Okay, I had a question. I already forgot.
Oh no.
I wonder what it
Oh well,
was.
I'm sure it was great.
Lisa,
Gonna,
you're
Yeah,
going to
gonna,
you
have
can
to
do
be my eyes because when I'm sharing the screen like this, I can't see the chat or anything. So,
no, I'm gonna be monitoring the chat. I know it's gonna go by fast and there's a lot. Well, actually, I'm gonna be monitoring the chat here, but if we do go into overflow, but I think that happens only after 3,000. Is that right, Andrea?
I believe it's after 1,000 in
it's
this
after
session.
1,000. Yeah. I
Yes.
was just in a
Oh, I think
session.
maybe there's sessions, bigger sessions
Yes,
then to allow
exactly.
more. Okay, got it. So I won't be monitoring that chat if we go over 1,000, but I have a feeling we might not because the other sessions I was in had like just under 1,000, like 900 or something.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what I've been saying too.
And the good news is while we've had as many as 11 and 1,200 here, we now have more people certified and on the route to
Yeah, so this
certification
isn't going to be
than,
like the most
yeah,
popular session today.
yeah, we have 300 we have 300 people who haven't taken any courses who have to. And so
Okay.
that's in the past that's been like 700,
So I'll be
800.
monitoring this chat.
Yeah,
Um,
stay with this
and
one.
I will let you know. Don't worry about looking at it. I will be looking at it, is what I'm
Thank
trying
you.
to
And
say.
and there just to give you the heads up, there are some people who are simply posting inflammatory stuff. Ignore it and it will be sped away.
Um, Andrea, are you full time at I guess it's called Future.
No, we're actually with BW events and we're
Oh,
just a third
okay.
party working with
Oh,
people.
so we're not going to become like besties after this session.
Unfortunately, no.
Where are you based?
No. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
Hot. You say
Yes.
nice because you used to live in Nevada.
Well, yes, and I don't mind heat, but that is a little too much for me in the summer. So I'm
Yeah,
happy. I love New York in the summer, my place, but I do not like it in January or
yeah,
February.
it's
Not my
cold.
place. Yeah, terrible. So I'll stop talking about weather.
Weather.
So since we're starting in a couple minutes.
So
Yes,
just to
well,
give you the heads up, Andrea, I'm going to have
uh-huh.
this on as people come in. I'm going to give them a couple of minutes to get settled. And then
Absolutely.
Lisa, you give me the go ahead and I'll do that one
I
and
mean, I would not
confirm.
give them a couple minutes. I'd give them 1 minute because
Okay.
it starts at 11:45 and that's when we start. So get your ass
Okay.
in here on time. God damn it. And I will
For a
end my
minute, I
Christmas.
thought you were telling me to get my ass in gear. And I'll be like, oh,
Hell
yes,
no.
ma'am.
No, your ass
Okay.
is always in gear.
So I'm going to be putting this, I'm going to be putting this in. Good. We're recording this. You do realize they've already
Yeah,
started
now?
recording that.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
already.
Uh-oh.
We're,
Oh
we're going to
no.
kill this section, right? Like you
Yeah,
guys,
Can
yeah.
we
oh,
stop and restart?
we're not joking.
They'll cut this
Okay,
stuff.
good.
Promise.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right.
promise.
All right.
Sorry. I
All
thought
right,
So
it started when the session started. My
you're
bad.
good.
I'm going to have this up and then I'm going to tell people this at the very beginning. That's why I'm going to give them a minute or two. And then I'm going to have
Yes.
that up and then I'm going to, Lisa, you do yourself. I'll do myself.
Mhm.
I will go directly into the chat protocols. But again, I'm not going to I'm going to tell people not to, but I think it's just the culture of all teachers everywhere,
I know, but it's
and
stupid. So they can't do that. They have to stop
they,
themselves.
they, they will
And
do
and
it. And
we're gonna start in 1 minute. I don't think you have to go
Yes.
through this.
okay. And then there's the
Yes. 1
sharing our
minute.
hashtag. And then this is a biggie and the CTLE credit. And then finally, 10 minutes in, we get to the agenda.
All right. Yes, so we have less than a minute till launch, and just a reminder to wrap up at 12:30, no later than 12:30 to get the
Thank
Promise.
you for the
CTLE requirements.
reminder.
Yes, of course.
I'm
And
gonna tell Alexa to remind me. Alexa, set alarm for 12:29.
and then I'll go ahead and turn off my camera and my microphone, and then you'll be good to go at 8:45. Or sorry, that's my time. 11:45.
We got you.
All right, good luck, you guys.
I believe it's opening up. If you're coming in and joining right now, please note this class is only for New York City Public School employees, as all the links and resources will require a New York City DOE login. So please, folks, be aware. If you are not a New York City Public School employee, jump out now, go back and find another session. There are so many fabulous sessions here today.
And
I wanna
Patty,
make
can
sure
you
you
just
get
go
in.
to the front slide so people know they're in the right session?
Sure. This is how to get certified in digital accessibility. If you'd like to follow along the bottom is a tinyurl.com/B as in beyond, A as in access, forum cert. BAFOUR, oh no, BAFORUMCERT. And that will take you to your own copy of this presentation, and you can put all your notes in it, and you can do anything with it that you like, and you can turn it into a paper airplane or 26 paper airplanes when you're done with it. There is also a QR code right here at the bottom of the screen. If you use your iPhone, it will take you to the same place. So
Your iPhone, what if you have an Android?
I don't know if it works with Android.
It does.
I'm teasing.
I have.
You've
I
tested
have
it
them
for
all.
me, Lisa. So yes, please do get your own copy and follow along. The last slide in the presentation will bring you to links to all the resources with all the URLs spelled out. SPELLEDOUT, so that you can get them. But do
And
know
we
that
have
this is
we have an expert in the audience today, Ernest Poole. Thank you for being here, Ernest. We miss you. Calling out our
alrighty.
expert.
Now, since why don't we introduce ourselves?
Sure, let's go. I'll start. My name's Lisa Nielsen. I am an executive director at the Division of Instructional and Information Technology, and I've been with New York City Public Schools since they were New York City Board of Ed in the 90s. I'm really happy to be here and look forward to seeing familiar names and sharing this wonderful information with you, which Patty is really taking the lead on. I'm just here to support, and I'll be in the chat helping you out there. And over to you, Patty.
Thank you, hon. I'm Patricia Paddock. I am the only PPADD at the DOE, so you only need 3 letters, and you stumble over 2 of them twice. PPADD, you'll find me in Outlook. Email me if you have any questions. I have also been with the public schools since it has been the DOE. Although I did substitute teach one term when it was the BOE, but full-time central employee for going on 17 years, and with classroom background. And so my work with this started when we had to sign a letter of agreement with the United States Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights to ensure that everything presented to families and their students is available to people with disabilities, people who use assistive devices. So that was 2016, 2017, I think. So we're at the 7-year mark. All righty. Please chat protocols. I'm seeing a lot of people saying, hello, hello, my name, my DBN, my DBN. All of that, please don't do it. It clutters up the chat. It goes by so quickly, nobody can see anything. Instead,
and we have over 500 participants. So if we were a smaller group, we love seeing that. But because there will be hundreds of those, it really, we'd want to help you all focus on the content and reflecting on Patty's brilliance.
Not my brilliance, but yes. If anybody's asking about CTLE credit, there actually is a CTLE and FAQ page on the events website. And if you use this QR code down here, or go to tinyurl.com/BA4cert, you will get this presentation and you can just click on that link and get the information. What's the chat for then, if it's not to say good morning? It is to respond to things we ask you to respond to. It's to give us useful feedback. And if you have a question that's just about you, like maybe a technical issue or something, then by all means, you can message just the monitors here, the hosts here. While you're here today, not here, but while you're at the event today, share our hashtag. It's Beyond Access Forum. Don't know what to share? Share something you learned at one of the sessions. Share something you learned at a vendor booth. Get an inspirational quote or idea. Oh my gosh, the keynote this morning had so many incredible quotes. I especially like the one about that he rewrote from 1984. Share useful links. Share photos that share useful information. But if you do that, make sure you use alt text. What's alt text, you ask? You're in the right class for that. You'll find out. Okay. If you have a technical issue, message all panelists in the chat. We might not be able to fix it during this session, but we'll get it to someone who can fix it for you later.
And Patty, there's a couple of questions in the chat about live or in-person training. And just to let people know, there is no Office of Digital Accessibility and therefore no staff to provide in-person training. Every borough does have a Tech Director, I will put a link to that, and or your superintendent. And that's probably the best strategy, is to talk to your superintendent, to speak to their borough tech director, to see if in-person or live professional learning opportunities can be provided for your borough or district.
Right. You hit a good point. Little spoiler alert for people who don't know. All of our training is done on an on-demand basis, so it fits into your schedule in the small snippets of time that you have available to take them. We also, we used to run them live before COVID, and we used to, or in person before COVID, and live virtually this way, like this session is. But what we found was that after COVID, your free time at the schools magically disappeared. And so people would sign up. We'd have, 25, 35 people signed up for a session. And then it would be 5 of us and 1 participant. And that
well,
just
we did have some great after school sessions, but we don't have an office anymore. So we can't really host those anymore with no office.
That's
so
true.
hopefully the on demand will work. But I do think the superintendent talking to your borough tech director will work as well.
Okay, great. So do not ask about your current certification status during this session. So what does this mean? All webmasters are required to be certified as webmasters, which also requires them to be certified in digital accessibility basics. So it's not a prerequisite. If your learning style is, let me learn how to test my site, then let me find out what's wrong with my site, then let me take the classes so that I can fix my site. That's my learning style. You can do them in that order, but if you're brand new, we've created a playlist. You'll see those shortly. It's actually at this tiny URL. No, that's not it. Sorry, hold on. You'll see that link shortly, and it will walk you through the classes in a manner that will help you. The best news, the most exciting news, near and dear to my heart, is that the bulk of the nearly 7,000 participants who've been taking classes, the bulk of them are not the 1,300 webmasters. And that's, you can do the math right there. 7,000 people taking classes, 1,300 webmasters. So about 1,000 webmasters have started taking classes. Yes, big heart that just went through. And that means that people like parent coordinators, guidance counselors, department chairs, classroom teachers, homeroom teachers, APs, these are the people taking classes because they have to communicate with families. They have to communicate with people with disabilities, and based on the chancellor's regs, people who speak a language other than English at home. And so the best way to get automated AI translations to work better is to write in clear, I'm going to say simple language, meaning you say the word for the thing you mean, not for the word that could have 6 different definitions. So, because I guarantee you the AI translator will not get the different definitions. If you want to know where you stand in that requirement, you can go here at tinyurl.com/diginbooking. All righty. CTLE, again, you will get an email 48 hours, probably tomorrow, in all honesty. We say 48 hours just in case somebody gets hit by a car, and somebody has been hit by a car in the past. So by close of business tomorrow, you should get an email that walks you through the process. If you do not receive that email, check your spam, your other folder, junk folder, clutter folder, and Outlook. All righty, I am 1 minute behind schedule. We have done the welcome, the greetings, the overview, and we are about to start goals. Then we've got certification requirements, types of certifications, hands-on. You're going to sign in. Hopefully we don't crash Otis. We're down to 600. I've had as many as twice that in here, so that should be okay. Wrap up, questions, resources, and adjourn. So here we go. What are you learning in this session? You're not going to get certified here. You're going to know the certification requirements. It's about 8 hours of courses, and you do not want to take them all at once. It will be like drinking through a fire hose. You will learn to understand the certification process. You will learn about the 3 types of certifications you can earn. You will know how to sign in to access your on-demand digital accessibility classes for free. You will learn how to track your progress, monitor your course completions through Otis, which is updated in real time, and then you'll understand how often our data is updated from Otis. Spoiler alert, twice a month, that's it, manual process. So if you finish on a Friday, don't ask me on a Saturday or on a Monday. If I can verify it, I can't verify it till I get the next data drop. All righty, certification training requirements. Since 2022, we've only tracked certifications. Before that, we tracked 3 hours annually and time and certification, but for the last 2 years, we have just tracked certifications. Why? Because we're going by a mastery model. We want to make sure you know what to do, and then you should be given the time to do it and not just keep taking the trainings over and over and over again. What kind of certifications? Well, you've heard me mention basics. And here, each one of these links, this is right off the Info Hub. Each one of these links goes directly to a class. Do not click it now. You have to make sure you have an account. And that gives you Digital Accessibility Basics Certified. This is, you can see the amount of minutes. So just like when you're reading the New York Times and it says this is a 6-minute article, this is a 4-minute article, this tells you how long on average it will take you. And this is the playlist I was telling you about if you're totally new to the process. You
I
also
just
need,
want to say the chat is like wonderful. So thank you everyone for being so awesome. And I just want to say I'm really sad because we don't have the ability to do emojis on the chat, but I love so many of your comments. And Patty, you have nothing to worry about. The questions are awesome, and I think I'm getting to all of them. So thank you
yay,
everyone for being so interactive and wonderful. And turn it back over to you, Patty.
totally, thank you. That's really great to hear. Thanks, Lisa. In addition to Digital Accessibility Basics, this is for webmasters. Now, if you are part of those 6,000, nearly 7,000 people who are not webmasters, well, that's my poor math, 5,000 and change who are not webmasters, then this may not help you unless you are creating websites for your content to families. If you're a parent coordinator, this will help you because then you're giving your webmaster something that's already accessible. So, and so this is the website and app developers. And as you can see, there's best practices, there's testing website accessibility. This is 10 minutes on manual and 10 minutes on automated. And then you've got 28 minutes on manual and 33 minutes on automated. Keep in mind that automated, which is what those, when we say the quarterly reports are out on your websites, the scores are out, that's automated, but automated can only capture 30% of the types of issues, which means 70% of issues literally need someone hitting a tab key in order to check for it. And we can't automate that. Even if I could automate it, with a bar, it wouldn't, I need a human brain to see what's happening in assessment. So the field calls it human testing. I call it manual testing. So you may have noticed we put a big pause on the video certification. For those of you who've already taken the video certification, what are you doing in this class? Get out, go somewhere else. No, seriously, if you've already taken it, this is just because the W3C changed the rules. And when they changed the rules, we have to create new classes. We had 3 classes here. They're still up. They're still good. They're still free. But we're going to have to make another 3 classes. So this year you've been being emailed about you've completed basics and you've completed webmaster and you still need these courses. Next year you're going to start getting emailed about the video stuff, but we're put a pause on that for this year. All righty. Lisa, are there any questions I can answer before we move on?
I'll jump in and interrupt you. when there are. I'm just reading through them right now, so I'm gonna use my human intelligence to try to summarize any questions, and I'll jump in and let you know.
Sounds great. So this is the tiny URL I thought I had up a minute ago. tinyurl.com/dig in on demand. Dig in on demand. You have to be signed into the Info Hub for that link to work. And it's since 2019 to the present, all the classes that are on there is what we go by. Before 2019, we ran in-person classes, and those in-person classes, we could give credit towards some of the courses. We couldn't give credit towards all of the courses. And then in 2020, when COVID hit, we ran live lead classes, and those were huge and those were great. Previous versions of the forums and the tech summit, we would do one or two of the classes, but we did the same one or two and people just kept taking the one or two. So that's a problem. They met the hours, but they never broadened, they never got to mastery. And that's when we went, certification, you have to get to mastery.
Okay, and I'm ready for your little summary. Okay. So there's some questions about where to go for help in the future. And I believe one of the slides, you might have already shown it or it's coming up, is how to book time. So that's one way to get support in the future. We also have an email, which I saw someone put in the chat, and thank you very much. And then we have a question about, does it make sense to create a simple website for a Regents-based class? And I would say that's one way to go. Adobe has some amazing tools, which we have lots of classes on, and that's another way to go. And for both, there are ways that you can ensure that that site is accessible. I think I got all the questions that I wasn't able to answer in the chat, and I'll turn it back over to you, Patty.
Okay, if you could flood the chat really quick with the digital accessibility email address.
Yeah,
it's in Outlook.
And there was one other question, and it went away. Oh, I got it. Okay, it's back. Some people are asking about if we have job openings, and if you weren't here at the beginning of the session, unfortunately, there is no more Office of Digital Accessibility, and therefore, at this time, no, we don't have any openings. But thank you for being interested. Stay in touch with us.
There are tech opening positions and whatnot that are posted on the DOE's website for information. Just so that you see, tinyurl.com/diginbooking. You have to do the ing or you go to a picture book about digging. And you don't want to do. Ask me how I learned that. Okay. This is one row out of this nearly 7,000 rows. I think it's 6,800 participants that we have who've taken at least 3 classes. And this Paul Zarelli did indeed give us his information so that, or Zach Paul, I can't remember, it was 2 years ago. And I do apologize because in all honesty, you completed this class. You can see everything's complete. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. He's missing video captioning. And so because he didn't have the video captioning class, he wasn't getting the certificate. He has since earned it. But this is what it looks like. And when you schedule that dig in booking session, you can, we'll be able to do this. But as Lisa said, there is no longer a department. Lisa and I both have other duties as assigned. And so we can really only give you this information that's this specific if you set up a 15-minute session with us. We can't do it any other way. It's simply not possible. The automated emails we can because it uses general information, but I can't, PII, I can't be sending this stuff out in massive emails.
And we just have a couple other questions. Someone wants to know if they could get college credit for this, and unfortunately, we are not connected with any college credit. And then another question of exactly how many classes do I need to get certified?
It's 10 for basics and 4 for webmaster. And then next year, there's at least 3 for video 1, and we hope to get the other 3 for video 2 done. But for
And then
this year, it's
Patty,
the 14 classes.
so it sounds a little overwhelming. Can you let them know approximately the duration of those 10 classes altogether?
So those are, again, on the Info Hub. This is literally a cut and paste from the Info Hub. And you can see they run 13 to 28 minutes each.
Yes,
And
but the big
pieces.
number of about 3.5 hours. So
for basics and 1.5 hours for webmaster.
Right. So it sounds like many classes, but many of those classes are very short, like 15 minutes or so.
Yeah. But sometimes you don't pass the test the first time.
True. And that's okay.
Yes, because it's mastery. That's the reason why we have learner's permits and driver's ed before you get your license. Okay, so this is what it looks like on our side. Our data comes from Otis. Like I said to you, we only get our data twice a month. And we try to arrange to get it the Monday after whatever's the middle or the beginning of the month. So this one came on Monday, June 3rd. The next one will come on Monday, June 17th. There are some times when the middle of the month is during one of our breaks, like spring break or February break, in which case I don't ask for it until the Monday after the break has ended. But you can check for your own status on your own at Otis once you are signed in and going. We're going to be, if you go to certificate downloads, do not download certificates, do not send me certificates. They're just pretty pieces of paper and they hold PII and that's bad. But there is a spreadsheet that says export list. It's a big purple button at the bottom. We're going to be going there shortly. And book time with me. But again, we only get that data twice a month. Okay.
And another question. Sorry to interrupt again, Patty. Someone wants to know, do we get CTLE credit? Yes, you do.
You get it through Otis, just to be clear. So you have to fill out your persona with the last 4 digits of your social security number. And Otis owns that. You heard me go, I don't want to know your PII stuff.
Yeah. And then the other question is, do you need to pass the class to get CTLE?
Yes.
And then
and you only get the credit for the amount of minutes. It's rounded up or rounded down. So the 13-minute class, you get 15 minutes. The 28-minute class, you get 30 minutes. The 34-minute class, you get 30 minutes. Because they can only issue CTLE credit in 15-minute increments. So, I'm glad someone's laughing hard enough to cry. But it evens out, right? It evens out. So you got extra time for that 13. Yeah, I get less time for the 34.
And how long does the certification last for once you become digital accessibility certified?
As we learned with the video stuff, until the W3C changes the rules. So it's perfectly, you're certified as far as we're concerned, but it is we don't own the rules. So all we do is follow the rules.
But I think once you're certified, you're in pretty good shape, and we will notify people if there's an additional class or more classes that require certification. It will not be so many classes in 1 year that you need to take, so it won't be so overwhelming. And then another great question I like a lot is, can these certifications be usable for job purposes? I'll answer this from a personal note. Is I put certifications on my LinkedIn profile. And I think you definitely could put them on your resume, LinkedIn profile. And many people even put them in their signatures. So, yes,
So
do it.
I'm,
Show people that you care about accessibility. Patty,
I'm
go ahead.
really glad you mentioned that, because the link that I sent you to that was on that slide is this link here. And you'll notice this is behind the employee sign-in. And I said to you that that link is not going to work unless you are signed into the Info Hub. So let me go back so that you have it. It's tinyurl.com/dig in on demand. Okay,
And we
and
have
it brings you
couple other
here. But
questions.
wait. I wanna get to my point. You can ask it in a minute.
Okay.
So if you go to In Our Schools and if you go to operations, the very first place you go to is accessibility and websites. So if you want to tell people what you've done, there is a digital accessibility certification link here. Now, this is outside. See, this is In Our Schools. This is not this one that is behind the employee sign-in. So this one, you'll see, this is a rendering. This is not the actual badge. This one with the pictures up here is what you can link to, so that if you put it in your LinkedIn profile or you put it in your resume, you can explain to people, you can say the classes, you can see what's covered here. And this way they can see it. But if you click these links, they will take you to the fee side of Otis. So this is just for sharing, but yes, you can, absolutely. I think it's a great idea. Go ahead, Lise.
So some people were asking if they have to do all the certification time at once, and you just have to do each class. They're between approximately 15 to 30 minutes. And we do have questions about attendance and CTLE. That is answered on the agenda and on the website. I'll drop a link again, but you will get something in your email, probably tomorrow, but sometime within the next week, that gives you directions on how to get that. And I'll also drop a link in the chat for further information on that. Back to you, Patty.
Thank you.
Oh, and just for a time check, you have 15 minutes.
Okay, great. So,
sorry. One other question. I think a lot of people who are maybe like me and like to jump ahead, they are getting a message saying you have to pay for Otis or something.
You're doing it wrong. It didn't say start yet. Stop. Close your browser window. Stop.
Those are the eager students. So thank you for caring. But we will get you where you need to go.
Right. You got to give us a minute. So for everyone who's talking about CTLE FAQ, right here. I'm on our website. Right here. CTLE FAQ. Right here. Here. And no more questions, please, because we're not able to get to the points people are asking. So stop writing in the chat. Give me 2 seconds without anybody in the chat. Okay, I count fast. So I want you to write in if you've ever taken a course in WeLearn. That was to Otis. Did you ever take any of the digital accessibility classes in Otis via WeLearn? Go in the chat now. Yes, I did. 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 Lisa, how are we doing?
Yeses and no's.
No's. Okay. So for those of you who are saying yeses, you're going to go to Dig In On Demand. If you can't find it, you can literally type in on-demand, and then you have to hit enter in order to get to that page, right? And now, ta-da, you're back where we just started. So for you, you're going to go here to Digital Accessibility Basics. you're going to go to Otis for Educators. It might pre-populate. Delete it. There should be nothing in the screens here. You're going to go to sign in for Otis. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. See, it has pre-populated. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Go to sign into Google. And it automatically lets me in. Now, do not go in this way. Come back to Dig In On Demand. Scroll past the 97 sets of directions and come down here and take the class that you need. We do recommend that you start, if you don't know anything, start with Introduction to Digital Accessibility. So you sign into Otis, you keep little Otis for Educators open here with your name on it, but you access the courses here. And you'll see Joe start talking. Notice there's no paywall there. So that's the first use case. Let me sign out, log out. Now, for all of you who have never taken digital accessibility classes through WeLearn, all right? Oh, I lost you. Here we go. Your job is to use this set of directions. Never taken a class through WeLearn, number 2. Okay, you are going to ignore the entire top part of that login. You are going to come down here to have a group code. Now, if you have ever taken classes through Otis, that your school has your own school account for Otis, then and only then you just log in with what you've been using all along in Otis. All right, but if you've never taken a class at Otis, you've never taken any classes of Otis through WeLearn, you've never taken any digital accessibility classes through Otis through WeLearn, you follow these directions. So what does that look like? You go to Otis for Educators. You go to log in. And it is oh so tempting because things will auto-populate. Okay, let's try this again. Log in. Do not do anything. Remember, there was a big X here, right? You're going to have a group code. Register here. All right. Do not click sign up with Google. You start here. And you fill out all this information. And then there was a group code. You copy and paste it from here to here, filling out all the information, including the last 4 digits of your social.
Patty, when you're ready for questions, let me know.
Yeah. And then again, you do the same thing. You access your courses through the links here after you've signed in. Okay, you have to make a site-specific password. Once you do that, then you can log in the future using the login up at the top. That has currently been crossed out up here. All righty, questions?
Okay. Sorry, I have the chat window so big, I have to reduce the size. So 2 questions. I've completed the courses already, but I used the link in Otis to find the classes. Why is it necessary to use the link from the Info Hub page?
This is being recorded, correct?
Yes.
For reasons outside our concern and beyond our ability to manage, the license through WeLearn ended on May 7th. Therefore, the only way it's been working is this way. And when we had people click through Otis, they were being told, as people said earlier, I'm getting paid $4. I'm getting paid $4. I'm getting paid $4. That's why you're getting it.
And people are saying, asking questions about what is the group code.
The group code is on that page on the Info Hub, and I am not sharing it verbally or anyplace else, because if you are not a DOE employee, you cannot use that group code. And our partners at Otis are so wonderful that I am not going to give people free access if they're not DOE employees.
And there's another question which I can answer. Why are some of the videos charging a cost? Our digital accessibility suite is available at no cost, but the DOE, or I'm sorry, New York City Public Schools does not give all staff accounts for Otis. So your school would have, or district would have to purchase accounts for Otis for those other classes to be available to you.
Right. I want to be cognizant of the time. All of this,
Yes,
so just so you can see in the presentation, all of this that we just went over, We Learn classes, Otis on a school account, meaning your school has bought a license, or Otis classes, never taken any Otis classes before May 7th. All of those directions are here. Now, I did
And there's another question. If I took the classes through Otis, do I have to do it again using the links on the Info Hub?
If you took the classes through Otis, not with your schools.nyc.gov account, we have no record of it. So if you took
I would say we'll try to support them so that they will have.
So I'm not saying they have to take it again. You're misunderstanding me. What I'm saying is that we have no record of it. So what we have to do is you have to work with Otis, writing from your DOE email address, saying that you took these classes with your personal Gmail address or your school address at ps123.org, and you need them to be morphed over to this DOE email address. And you have to send it from your DOE email address so that we know it's a real ask. A legit ask.
And people are asking where the code can be found.
On the Info Hub page, tinyurl.com/dig-in-on-demand.
And I'll drop that in the chat.
Also, all the links are in the very last slide, right here.
And on the agenda.
So everything is here. So I want to get to this before we run out of time. Is that okay? Righty, give me a second. I lost my Info Hub page. Okay, at this point, I have entered this page so many times, it just loads. Okay, so when you go into Otis, so let's say you got an email from us on Tuesday saying you still have 3 classes in basics and you still have 4 classes in Webmaster that you have to take. And you think you've taken them, you want to check and see. Come on, what is wrong? You go here under your name, you go to certificate downloads. You do not send me certificates. But at the bottom, there's this purple button and it will download all your certificates. Now, this is the way I do things. Doesn't mean it's the way you should do things, but it's the easiest way for me to do things. So when I open this, come on, open. Any minute now. That's not what we wanted. There we go. Enable editing, or you're just going to have to do it again. Click in the top left-hand corner, caddy corner to select all. Double click between B and C to expand so you can see. Highlight column B. Go to sort and filter, sort A to Z. Tell it to expand so the dates move with it. Now, I have classes here that have nothing to do with digital accessibility, so I will delete those. Flipping your classroom has nothing to do with digital accessibility. I will delete that one. Am I deleting my records? No, they're still on Otis. I'm just deleting them from this. And project-based leadership, that's gonna get deleted. Okay, so now these are 18 classes. And if I pull up the Info Hub on demand, now let me pull this up. Let me shrink this. There we go. I can put this right on top of the page. They're in alphabetical order. And I can see here are the classes. So let me make this a little bit bigger. So here are my classes. So do I have introduction? Yes. Do I have formatting? Yes. Do I have color contrast? Yes. Do I have the art and the science of alt text? Yes. Do I have creating? Yes. P.S. Spoiler alert, I have all
And
the
you
ones
have
for
two, you also have 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Well done, Lisa. That was great.
Thank you.
And then we
Fine.
have here best practices I do, manual testing I do. So I've got everything here that I need. But now if I go to video, do I have video captioning? Yes. Do I have translated video captioning? No, I do not. And yes, when you're looking at, because I know there's 19 and I only have 18, actually only have 17, so I'm missing another second one in here. But at least I know I can figure out which one to take. So this is a way you can do it on your own. And again, all of that information is in the presentation right here. So Lisa, I got time for, you can see, download the certificate, the completed courses, not the actual
30
certificate.
seconds.
When we get the data updates, the week after we get, of the Monday that we get the data updates, we send out those automated emails, which are far more work than automation should be. Any other questions? We got 30 seconds left.
I think we got pretty much all the questions answered. Thank you. I also dropped the link for our email and how to book us. Thank you for such an informative session, Patty. I'm happy I could support you, and I'm happy I could support all of our amazing participants. We love you, and we look forward to keeping the conversation going, and you make our jobs ones that we actually really look forward to coming to. So thank you all for being here.
Being an accessibility advocate makes a world of difference for our students and their families, especially the vast majority of them who speak a language other than English. Thank you.